morning, everyone. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream on GepardDaily.com.
What are you doing?
I'm pretending I'm writing, so it makes me look more intelligent.
You're going to have to try harder than that.
There you go.
Congratulations to the 300,000 Catholics here in Utah. You have a brand new bishop. Bishop Solis was brought into the Salt Lake City Diocese yesterday. I really like this guy. He's from the Philippines originally. He served most recently in Los Angeles, but he said that he was really excited about working with the LDS Church. He said that because he had a huge interest in the work that the Catholics do with refugees and the homeless and the hungry. And he said, and I see the same thing with the LDS Church, so I think we can do a lot of good things together. In fact, we sent our boys to Lady of Lourdes. We're not Catholic, I just like the uniforms.
And I like bingo.
Mm-hmm. And plus, I was hoping they would get a big dose of Catholic guilt. McLean in particular remained blissfully Catholic, guilt-free. But it's pretty cool because they had children in their class from like all over the world, from the Sudan. They had children from Iraq. They had another little one from Portugal. It was just really cool. Yeah.
And he also said he's really happy to be in Utah. So he went Philippines, California, Utah. He says he's going to really try to embrace the snow.
Yeah, it was kind of game face on. Yeah, Bill Gephardt did a great interview with him, so it's a lot of fun to watch.
Right. So anyway, TSA, if you're going to be flying, you got to prepare yourself for this. They are upgrading their pat downs. Now,
it can get worse?
Let me show you the training video.
Okay,
Here
let's
it is.
see this.
See, this is what they do.
Yeah.
And at one point, they even use the back of their hands, right? Mm-hmm. So they're doing a pretty good job.
Especially with women, I know they were a little more careful with that.
But this is old school, the new way. See, watch. See how it's kind of gentle. It does just
smooth
the back,
strokes,
kind of over the armpits a little bit. The new way they're going to do it is they're going to be much, much more aggressive.
There's more grabbing. There's more rough housing.
So, if you're lonely, you should get back in line.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's that intense. Well, I've been through that.
Do you remember? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I remember, honey. I was the one alone in the room with the two TSA agents while you were still picking up your laptop off the conveyor belt.
I didn't even know where she went. They swooped her off to a room. I'm like, where?
And they shut the door, and I'm looking at these two women going, what are we going to do now, ladies? And so they start with arms up, and then they said, okay, you're going to have to take your shirt off. And I'm like, okay. And so I took it off, and I had forgotten this, but this is the first trip that we had taken alone in a while.
You don't have to make excuses for love.
but thank you. But I was wearing a corset, so I guess it was the steel boning in the corset that caught their attention, and that's why they took me in there. The only thing that was a little ignominious, they said, we do have to run our fingers underneath the boning, and I went, all right. And it was, I came out feeling vaguely dirty, but I do feel sorry for them because you know what? They have to touch all these sweaty, disgusting people. It's not like it's that much fun for them either.
Right. The biggest pat down I ever got, we ran out of gas.
That man should have bought you dinner.
On the way to Reno, state trooper pulls over. He says, well, I'll take you to the gas station. It's just up the road. Get them a gas can. He goes, hang on first. I'm going to frisk you because I want to get home alive tonight.
Totally fair.
I'm going in the back seat of his car.
Yeah.
And so he gave me a pat down. I got to tell you, and basically he's looking for weapons, but at one point...
It was thorough.
He should have said, oh, you had a vasectomy. And a reversal. That's awesome.
That's all right. You know, it's good for you. All right, I'm in the mood for a Tell Me Something Good.
Okay, then tell me something good, and this is interesting because this is a great story. Let me set it up.
You're going to make me cry, aren't you?
Chicago, Illinois, there is a choir teacher, and she taught for years and years and years. So all these students, she had survived cancer, all these students got together from all those different years and practiced and surprised her in the hall of the school. Watch this.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
So wait,
look at her crumpled on the floor.
Those three, they're not alone. So she's
huge, beautiful smiles, and she's sitting on the floor with her little arms crossed over, and she just this little fragile bird of a lady, and she's the sweetest thing, and she's just crying and she's laughing.
Here we go. Oh.
The entire hall is filled with her former students. That is so cool.
And you know, she starts recognizing people.
She's pointing. I haven't seen you forever. Where did you come from?
Oh. What a great surprise. What a great surprise.
That's You know, that's everything I think you hope for as a teacher. All
That
of my
might have-
cousins are teacher, and they have that kind of
That might have
love.
some boogers on it, by the way. Just heads up on that.
That's nice. Thanks so much for sharing that.
All right, so Utah. Utah is known for many things. We're known for Jello, mountain skiing, Great
Funeral
Salt Lake.
potatoes.
But is this just Utah
No,
that does this?
The name thing is a big deal here because we are a peculiar people, and we're proud of it. I mean, that's a given. And so I think one of the things that you find here is they have this formula where you take a chunk of one name and then you take a chunk of another name.
And then you put it in a
and
blender.
you swoosh them together so
Yeah.
you get names like Marlisa and
Here we go.
Unaloy and
Watch this.
yeah.
My name's Kinsley. I'm Emerson. My name's Michelle. Skylee. Sarah. Zaylee. Kaylee. I'm Elizabeth. Tasman. Ashlyn. I'm Aspen and I'm from Spanish Fork. Angel. My name's Brynley Brielle. I'm the oldest of 11 children. Lindsay. Scotland. Reagan. My parents were really into the letter B. I have a sister named Breckland. Boston.
Boston with a Y. I have Todd. My name's Todd with a silent Q.
It's very funny. I went on Facebook Live. If you're with us on Facebook Live this morning, hi, welcome. We love you. And by the way, we're like Netflix. You can catch the morning stream at any hour of the day here on Facebook or on GetPartDaily.com.
Don't do it when you're eating.
Yeah, probably not. But some of these names are hysterical that people send in. Oakley with an L-I-E, Paisley, P-A-Y-Z-L-E-I, Dalian, Beckett, this was a boy, I thought that was kind of relevant. Brighton, then there's Cadence with a K, there's also Tenacious.
Excuse me?
Tenacious. Briggs.
It should be Tenacious D.
Yeah, well, yeah, I
Right?
think that's important. Jack Black would agree there. Elizabeth Lewin, Briggs Leroy, Heston with a 2S.
Our son, McLean, after the McLean of Duart, which is our Scottish clan, has to explain. We have to spell it every single time.
M-A-C, capital L-E-A-N.
McLean.
Yeah, that one's never
It's
gone
always
across.
McLean. All right, so
It's true.
I don't know if it's because I'm hanging around all these news guys, and they go out and they do the hard news, which you can always see right here on GetPartDaily.com.
And you had your first taste of that breaking story over the
That's right.
weekend, and you were out there being
I'm like a cub reporter now, but I've been hearing this rumor for years and years, and I thought I'd go chase it down. Here we go. Hi, everybody. It's Outdoor Todd here, and we're in search of the elusive urban deer. We're about a mile from downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, and we are in the old Salt Lake City Cemetery, and the word is they're hanging out. But I got to find them first. All right, you notice this juniper tree. This is the evidence that they hang out here during the winter, because when things get tough, there's a lot of grass here they can dig down to. It's a southern slope, so that works out. But as you can see, when things get tough, this is what the deer do. They start working on the juniper trees. Now, this is also a great thing why you shouldn't feed deer. Deer are eating this during the winter, and you go and give them carrots and apples. Their stomachs aren't ready for that yet, so that's just a little tip. Little tip, we still gotta find the damn deer. All right, yet more evidence that the deer are hanging out here in the Salt Lake City Cemetery. And some people call this scat. I call it poo, because that's what it is. All right, so here's a little secret that you can do, and simply start counting them. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just screwing with you. Let's go find the dang deer. I don't know what to say. We've been all over the place. We've seen the signs. We've seen the poop. We've seen the trees being eaten, and I just don't. There they are. Okay. Wait. Let me give you the timeline on this. Okay, so these are mostly does and yearlings. Most of these does are pregnant, and so they're going to hang out here during the winter, and then as the grass starts to green in the foothills, they'll move up there, and then when the mountains green up, they're going to move up there. They're going to spend the entire summer up there until the bucks round them up in their little harems, and then after that, the does will come back down here and do it all over again. Well, there you have it. How cool is that? The urban deer, always elusive, and we found them in the old Salt Lake City Cemetery. Now, I'm thinking, what's next? How about Sasquatch and City Creek Canyon? Huh? Well, Outdoor Todd signing off. Let's go. See, look at that. Look at that.
You.
I'm a cub reporter.
That was penetrating and incisive.
I should have a nickname like Skippy.
No.
Todd Skippy
Don't,
reporter.
Let's not do that. Let's just stay with Todd because that gets creepier and creepier as we go on. Hey, let's go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily newsroom. She's got some really interesting stuff going on today. Now it's brought to you by Robert J. DeBry. He's got offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and also St. George. You can go to robertdebry.com for more information, and also Brent Brown Toyota. They will bend over backwards for you. If you want more information, they serve all of Utah County. It's brentbrowntoyota.com. What's going on, Daisy?
Good morning, Todd and Erin. Happy Tuesday morning. A Utah highway trooper is in the hospital after being hit by a drowsy driver on I-15. Trooper Devin Gurney was outside his cruiser during a traffic stop in Linden when his patrol car was rear-ended by a 48-year-old Orab man who police say had fallen asleep behind the wheel. Both Trooper Gurney and the driver were taken to the hospital in critical condition. Their injuries are considered non-life-threatening. And authorities have released the names of the Moab students killed during a prom night rollover crash in San Juan County. 14-year-old Taylor Bryant and 16-year-old Connor Denny were ejected from the car and pronounced dead at the scene. 3 other teens were critically injured. All 5 of the students attended classes in the Grand County School District. And after 2 long years, Utah has a new Catholic bishop. Oscar Solis will officially be installed Tuesday afternoon as Bishop of the Salt Lake Diocese, where he will be spiritual leader for 300,000 Utah Catholics. Monday night, Solis attended prayer services at the Cathedral of the Madeleine for the very first time. He told attendees he was grateful to be among them. We'll hear more from Bishop Solis in just a few minutes. And it's 30 degrees this Tuesday morning under partly cloudy skies. Temps later this week expected in the 60s. That's what's making headlines at this hour. For more news 24/7, go to GepHardtDaily.com and don't forget to download the Gephardt Daily app. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, darling Daisy. I'm excited to take Daisy over to Nothing Bundt Cakes because she's never tried it out before, and she and I have the same cream cheese frosting issues, as in we could be coated in them and live happily the rest of our lives.
Sticky.
Exactly. I don't care. It would be worth it. Nothing Bundt Cakes. If you haven't been there, April has her store at 10389 South State Street in Sandy. It's right across from the Southtown Mall. It is a glorious display of every kind of wonderful decadent bundt cake you could ever imagine. Chocolate chip, there's raspberry, there's pecan praline, there's white chocolate raspberry, there's lemon, and they have a new flavor every month. And she can deliver up and down along the Wasatch Front, and you can have this stuff delivered. It makes a gorgeous hostess gift. It makes a really cool centerpiece. But if you're like me, you're just going to put it in the basement and hide it there and tell the kids that there's spiders in the basement, and that's why they can't come down there.
Empty boxes everywhere in the basement.
10389 South State Street. It's Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Now, I saw this yesterday, and I thought it was so cool. Route 66, historic, because Route 66, before the interstate went through, the movie Cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that.
How it wound through all the little towns, and,
Right.
and it was just a whole slice of Americana, a slice of the life then.
So there's been a resurgence over the last 10 years or so that people go down Route 66 and they enjoy it. Well, someplace on Route 66, you know what rumble strips are?
Yeah, that's when you're getting drowsy, then you go, and that wakes you up, and you're like, and you get back in the lane.
They make
Yeah.
grooves, and it usually is in the center lane, and that way you wake up. It scares the boogers out of my dog. So in Route 66 on the right-hand side, there is rumble strips, but they do something cool. Watch this, watch this.
Really?
Okay, set to 45 miles an hour. Hopefully I can hit this.
That's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. I think that's
How would
cool.
you even come up with that? At what point would you go, I'm going to go 45 miles an hour and go deliberately over the rumble strips?
And the rumble strips are all spaced the right way for the tone.
I love the random way people find things out, though, because you always want to know what would on earth would possess you to know this.
There's state money well worth it.
We had the best time last night because Zozo decided that it was going to be family fun night, and then she corrected it to, no, it's Zoe's family fun night.
And she actually comes in the room and announces this.
It was really funny. So she built this massive tent, and we were all going to play card games, and you do what Zoe says because she's 6. But before she did that, I made her do a photo project with you because we were doing parenting life hacks today.
Now, where'd you find these?
No, this is really interesting. Some of them come from actual neuroscience, and that's why I thought they were so squirrely. Now, the first parenting life hack is this. If your little one has bad handwriting troubles, send them out to the monkey bars. Now, the reason why you're putting the kids on the monkey bars is because it actually affects the brain chemistry. There's something about the overhead hand, overhand, overhand.
Right.
It works along the same patterning in the brain as handwriting. You're using some of the same muscle memory.
Oh, this explains
it's really
a lot.
Interesting.
Because I used to fall off them all the time.
That explains
and
so
I
much
can't,
about you.
I can't write at all.
Mm-hmm. But it's really interesting how it works through the same elements. And so when the kids work on the monkey bars, they're doing the same patterning that they'll do again with the handwriting.
Okay.
And so they say that it actually works beautifully.
All right, that's
Plus,
one.
the kid doesn't know anything better, so he's perfectly happy. Number 2, sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
I know that the multicolored candy sprinkles, and I know they drive everybody crazy.
Back east, we call them Jimmies.
If you take a look, if you can't see this, there's actually this sort of like diced red pepper ricotta that you can serve, and if you put sprinkles on it, it actually looks beautiful and actually tastes really well. I've done that before with smoothies and shakes. You can slip spinach into anything if there's multicolored sprinkles on the top.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you putting sugar on good food that's good for them?
It's minimal sugar, and by the way, there's actually stuff that you can get at the organic food store that is
Still has sugar.
low sugar, but it also has no artificial colors.
You could dump a bucket of that on kale. No one's going to eat it.
You are so wrong.
What next?
Next one, Vicks Vapor Rub. Now, this is an interesting one that people do not know. Your kids have got a miserable cold and they're just feeling completely like crap.
Well, that's what it's for.
Nighttime coughing, if you rub it on their feet and then cover it with socks, it stops the coughing. Now, see, number one, what they were finding is when you put it on their chest, a lot of kids were allergic and they were breaking out a little bit. Or number 2, it was so intrusive that it was actually making, the smell was so intrusive it was keeping them awake. If you rub it on their feet, there's a highly absorbable property into the feet. You do the same thing with essential oils. You cover it with socks so that it stays in, and it actually travels through the body and it works better on the lungs.
And then you put Jimmy's on it, and everyone's happy.
Will you stop it? And then, of course, my personal favorite parenting life hack. If you've got a lot of stuff you've got to do and you're busy that day, but you've got to keep your little one there, sometimes they're sick of the high chair, they want some other kind of stimulation.
Right.
The under-table hammock, my friends.
You made me make this last night.
Under-table hammock. Yeah, Zoe acted as our stunt toddler for this.
There she is.
Isn't she darling?
So basically, you take the sheet and you tie it over the top, and you make a sling underneath. You know what this would be good for? If she has friends over, you could go all the way down the table and ruin all our sheets.
Yeah, but then you just kick the table leg every now and then. The kids think they're at Disneyland. It's perfect. But it really is a great one. And especially for little ones, because they're all scrunched in, they feel really cozy and comfortable, but they still get to be part of your day and you get to interact. Genius,
Yes.
I think so.
All right, coming up next, we're going to actually talk to the bishop, but that'll be right
Bishop Solis?
That'll be right after this.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com.
Hey, it's Todd and Erin on the morning stream on GetPartDaily.com.
Well, you know, Bill is insatiably curious, so the minute he found out that there was going to be a new bishop in the Salt Lake City diocese, he, of course, had to go down and confront him in traditional Bill fashion, and this is how it went.
You are precious, whoever you are, whether you're LGBT, whether you're a Muslim, whether you are incarcerated, whether you're an illegal immigrant or undocumented, you know, you see more than those distinctions and labels. Mm-hmm. You see and look into the eye of the person and you see something like you. You know, we are all God's image, God's creation. You know, maybe different kind of skin, different kind of color, of different accent, you know, different status in life, but we have the same blood that runs in our body. It's not white, it's not black, it's not yellow, it's red.
All right. That's so cool.
I love this guy. He just has the sweetest face. He reminds me of the Dalai Lama, that same sort of mischief.
Right.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun to have him here.
So weather-wise, there's something. It's 30 degrees right now in Salt Lake City, and the weather is going to change dramatically. Remember that nice weather we used to have?
Mm-hmm, that was really nice.
Just a couple days ago.
65 degrees and sunny.
It's coming back this weekend.
Oh, good.
Not good. Because the problem is the snowpack, we're at like 167% in the mountains, and when it turns warm like that,
oh yeah,
here comes the water. Now, I was thinking about this. There will be flooding.
We are so screwed.
Probably this weekend.
Yeah,
so
that's a given.
I dug up some old video of the 1983 flood.
No way, the Great
downtown
Flood?
Salt Lake City.
It was hysterical because I mean.
No, I don't think anybody thought it was hysterical.
Well,
off
it
the
kind of
top.
was at the time because they had footage of this guy actually
Look
kayaking
at
down
this
State
water.
Street. And it was fascinating to watch. And so they had this big chunk from Mill Creek, I think that went down 13th South.
Yeah.
And then they had to divert City Creek down State Street, and then it turned
When's
left
the
on
last
2nd.
time you heard a flood taking a right?
But this is the weird thing. Do you remember how powerful it was? You could actually hear boulders going through the water down the street.
Right, going down.
How completely random
It
is that?
actually plugged up some of the drainage system, and it blew the manhole covers off.
That is so
Yeah.
random.
So anyway, this is not what we want to happen, although we are now experts at sandbagging, I'll tell you that.
I love that cheesy sort of like
Yeah.
fuzzy footage too.
So anyway,
well, it's
this-
interesting. I do remember because we were in the avenues, and I remember them having bullhorns and driving through, going, "Hey, if you got a few minutes, we'd really like to have
Right.
more help with the sandbags.
Right.
Could you just come on down?" And every one of us did it, I'm sure.
That's
I mean,
so cool. So
several
anyway,
times.
that's the cool part. What's going to happen this weekend? Everybody's moving sandbags around and starting to get ready for it. Anyway.
I think didn't they have like 30,000 sandbags up north.
It was
And
crazy.
it's probably not going to be enough for them either. I'm so
All right.
sorry, guys.
Well, don't scare them.
Well, no, it's an adventure, except for if it's your basement, then it's
I'm sorry.
irritating.
Keep track of your little dogs. There
Oh.
is a girl in France. Now she has Down syndrome.
I am so in love with this little girl.
And one of the TV stations were looking for, look how adorable she is, are looking for
she's so
a weather
sweet.
person, a weather presenter is what they call them in France.
Kind of like a stunt, sort of like a little stunt thing that maybe you get more attention for the station. You
They
get
put
people
out
applying.
open auditions and stuff. And this is Melanie, and Melanie actually applied for it. Well, they said, well, no, because Down
You know, we're
syndrome,
sorry.
right?
That's not gonna-
Well,
yeah.
it went crazy. 100,000 likes in like 2 days.
Oh.
And guess who's going to be the new newswoman or the new weather woman on the TV station?
See, this is so cool to me because there is nothing that you can't accomplish if you were simply allowed to when you have someone with special needs. And there's always been so many barriers. So to see people go, no, she gets her chance.
Yeah,
No.
she's
I
rocking.
absolutely love
She's
that.
rocking the extra chromosome there.
That makes me so happy.
That's a phrase everybody uses, so it's okay.
So at least we know where our vacation is this summer. When is the eclipse happening?
Oh, in Idaho, we can't
Yeah.
afford to go to Idaho.
No, we'll just take our crappy trailer.
Total eclipse of the sun, and that's coming in August. Okay, so here you see the map, and it's coming across, and it's going to cross right over the southern part of Idaho
Oh,
into
I see.
Wyoming. So this is a total eclipse. So people around the world are getting under that path so they can see it because, you know, it's a big deal for astronomers and stuff. And, you know, when we get closer, we'll teach you how to make that little box with a pinhole so you don't have to burn your retinas out and do that. So anyway, the hotels, the report comes in that hotel rooms are going for like $1,200
Yeah.
because it's like, can you imagine?
Well, think about that.
Hotel 6 paying $1,200. So
Well, yeah, but there's free cable. And I think that's important.
It's true.
No, you and I are going to be on the side of the road with the kids in our crappy trailer going, it's so cool.
This is true, but it's actually not true, though, because a lot of the hotels know they can get extra money for this, and so they haven't put any discounts up on the hotel booking sites.
Yeah, but that's still not the same as it's $1,200 a room. So no, don't be scared by that if
When's the
you're a
last?
huge buff.
Have you seen a total eclipse?
Just once, but it was
I
incredible.
think I was a kid. That explains my eyesight.
Yeah, that
It
yeah.
does.
You're,
All
you're
right,
supposed
so
to look at it separately. I need to
this-
know about April.
Stupid giraffe.
No, she's not. It's not her fault.
She's
She's under a lot of pressure right now,
New
and
York
everybody's
City,
and
and she's standing there, right?
Poor
and
love.
And
Oh, honey.
actually, there are rumors she had it 2 days ago, but I mean, I don't even watch anymore because they had the thing up. Gestation period is 15 months, and they put it up on like the day she was babied. And so you had 15 months and people kept watching and nothing happens, 15 months, over a year. Nothing happens. And then people like myself just bail on this.
This poor sweetheart.
Yeah.
It's not her fault. She's got the world's longest gestation. She's under pressure anyway. And people like you with your ADHD, you are the reason that she is stressed out.
But watch this. Most women feel that way when they're pregnant. And here's Susie the giraffe.
I like her hands on her hips like, anytime.
And look at her walking slow like the giraffe. Oh my gosh.
She's wearing the giraffe head. She's right in front of the live cam, and she could not be.
All right, there it is. The Todd and Erin morning stream on GetPartDaily.com.